If you are struggling with your boring terminal and would like to give some life into it, that's the episode you should look and what you can build inside the terminal. I will show you what is it about Commander, one of NPM that will help us with our command line interface. Also, we'll be using chalk to make it some colors, and also we'll need Inquirer, and I will tell you later on why we need also that tool to make our terminal look much more better. Okay, go to our terminal, to our Visual Studio Code, terminal, and of course npm init-y. Wait a few seconds, and right now we need to install npm install. We need chalk, we need a commander, and also we'll need Inquirer. Okay, wait a few seconds. When it's installed, please create index.js file. And here will be all the magic that we need to have to work with Commander. To show you what we can achieve using that, I will just import very easy program. Sorry, we need const program equals require Commander. Okay, and the next thing that we'll have to do is to call that program, and right now we can make some command, and that command will be what we need to get about inside our arguments when we would like to, for example, call something from that terminal. I mean, whenever you would like to, for example, install, you've got some arguments like -y for yes in every case. Also, you can just get inside your, of course, package manager, JSON package. You can just create some scripts that will also get some kind of values from argument, and that's why we'll need that command and what value we'll need to have later on. So as you can see, there we should provide string, and we will just make some greet with name. So that program will greet us. The next thing, we'll need to provide, for example, description, as you can see here. So description, and inside that description we'll have greet the user. Okay, and the last thing, not only the last thing, but as you can see, there is an action. But not only action, but we can also make some options. That is not necessary, but we'll use the flags, as you can see over there. So for example, for pepper, that's the flags that we would like to use. Of course, when someone greet, we can check their, for example, language. And to do that, we'll just make L and also double with language, for example, and there we will provide language. And inside that brackets, that's the value that we'll later on be able to use wherever we would like to have. And that value will be checked if the, for example, is great, what language it is. If you provide something good or wrong, you can do whatever you would like to have inside and because of that value. The next thing that we'll need to, for example, specify the language. Also, we can make some kind of common and default value. It will be English. Okay, we need to close right there, and it can be English over here. And the last thing that we can provide will be the, not more, maybe the most important thing, but okay, we'll make some kind of, to make it more visible and clear, action. And inside action, we can check, we can call, we can do whatever we would like to have. So inside that action, we'll make options and name to create our values. name will be from grid, and options it should be will be from our language option. Okay, so we move like more, and right there we can provide, for example, some kind of greeting, and of course we're using our language, and I will show you what you can do with that. For example, options that language, that's the constant that we'll have, and we will check with that variable if it is, for example, Espanol, and if it is hola, and if it's not, we will stay with the hello value. The next thing, we'll just console log, and right there we can make template string, and with inside that $, open brackets, greeting, and the next value will be, for example, name. And with that greeting, we get that greeting value. So if it is hola or hello, and the name is getting from that thing. Okay, right now the only thing that we'll have to do is to create that parse program that parse and process that argv. Save it, and right now whenever we node index.js, we can see that we've got some options. Right there we can make some kind of grid. So node index.js grid, for example, John. And as you can see, we've got our greetings. Hello, John. Okay, but we would like to get inside the coloring thing. I mean the chalk. Chalk is currently only available, unfortunately, in the modules. So we would like to change some kind of things inside our package.json. And right there, we'll just go to package.json. Whenever you would like to create the imports that you just got from the ES6, you can do that without any problems inside the package.json, typing type and module, and that's all that you need. Right now, we only have to change some values. So I mean, here it will be import and it will be from. And the next thing, that will be, for example, chalk, and we'll get it from chalk. Of course, we don't need parentheses over here. We can save it, we can reload it, and as you can see, our application works as it should. So to be more precise and to remember, whenever you would like to change to the newer version, you can just type module inside your packet.json file. Okay, right now we created some kind of easy program, but of course we can use our Inquirer over here. Inquirer is like more sophisticated tool than we just got, and it's work with the prompts that we will just provide inside our program from the Commander. And I will show you what I mean about the prompt. We can talk, when we are talking about prompts, we can talk, for example, about some kind of input value that we will just get from our terminal. And to do that happen, to make it work, we need also to import Inquirer from Inquirer, and we are ready to go. That program we can just comment out and create the new one with, of course, command, and our command will be only configure. Of course, we can get some values here, but I just prefer to get the configure only. The next thing that we'll need to have, I will just make it more readable with some kind of tabs, and here will be some kind of description, as you can see, as we just make over here. And we'll make configure your settings. And right now, the next thing and the last thing that we will have to provide is the action. We don't need that option. But why? Because we will be using the input value, and we'll be using asynchronously functions inside our terminal, because as you can see, remind me later of course, as you can see, you've got the then and catch, so it's not working synchronously, it's going to work only asynchronously. So going back inside our action, we need to provide async, so it will be working asynchronously. Right there, we need to provide some kind of answers, and inside that answers, we'll just get await Inquirer that prompt, and inside that, we'll just make a bracket, and we'll create some kind of objects. It will be type input, and name, for example, we would like to have username, because we will just create some kind of password, and message, and right there we can use talk to create some kind of message, for example yellow, and here enter your username. The next thing that we'll need to have right there, we can copy, paste, delete that, and we'll need the type password, here also password, and enter your password over here as well. Okay, and the last thing, if everything's worked correctly as we would like to have, we'll just make some console.log, and we'll console log, for example, talk.green username, and our answers.username okay. And the last thing, the next thing that we'll need to have, we need to provide, for example, will be our, sorry, just copy paste password, and we'll just get password over here, and I will show you what will happen. Of course, we need to parse our program, and right now we'll just node index.js, and right there, as you can see, we can use some kind of configure. So node index.js and configure. Wait a second. As you can see, your username, for example, I'm John, and the input of password is, for example, some kind of thing. And as you can see, Jon Snow is my username and my password. And that's why, and you can create the more readable and more friendly terminal using Chalk, using Inquirer, and using the Commander. And that's all for that episode. I hope you enjoyed, like it. If you like it, leave a like. If you love it, leave a subscription. I hope to see you at the next episodes. Bye.